What am I doing? Okay, so yeah, my voice is being shared. Cool. Alright, let me get this link sorted then. Should have a good one. Hopefully it's dry, nice and quick. Let's check.
That basically means it'll be wet.
Yeah, probably. We'll be here for the next 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. It'd be a short enough race, won't it? With the lap times.
Yeah, it will be very short.
It'd be about 35 minutes or so. Ish.
Not that
Probably
short.
slightly more.
Right. Okay. Hello everybody, good evening. Welcome to the Ultimate Formula. Tonight we got Division 2, Round 2, racing at Austria, one of the quickest tracks in the game in terms of lap time. Joining me in the booth is Mr. Ice Cold Andy. Say hello.
Hi guys, how you doing? Hopefully a good race.
Yeah, hopefully, indeed. Obviously last night we had an absolutely amazing race last night. Went down to the wire. Obviously Cappy put in a brilliant performance to take victory after having a puncture. If you missed it, go and watch it. I do recommend that.
Stunning race.
Anyway, we have got Division 2 tonight. So, what's
Just out on the track.
who do you reckon is going to win this race? Oh, that's a bit
Uh,
too far. Maybe let's do quali. Who do you reckon is going to top quali?
I don't know. I'm gonna just take a punt here and say Schumacher.
Not bad. Not bad choice. He is very fast. I have got the annoying rev glitch going on, which is very frustrating.
Oh, with the engine sounds, yeah.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I thought they apparently patched it, but obviously it's managed to creep its way back into the game somehow. So that
Remember
is
the
rather
what was
annoying.
it, the epic one that used to run the stream? If you saw a crash on F1 2016 and then you saw it on board, then it would become like a really low
Yeah,
like bass sound or something like
yeah,
that. It was
yeah.
awful. It was
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
brutal.
We are missing quite a few drivers tonight. About 5 drivers. 2 reserves. TUF2 is here, the man that is under a bit of spotlight at the moment due to his insanely fast lap time in Singapore last week in Division 3. We'll see if he
Ooh.
can do anything tonight. He was definitely tough 1 pace that day. Let's see if he's tough 2 pace tonight.
Ross is
See if he
just
can
on a
compete with
lap
these
here.
guys.
Let's stay with him on board at the moment.
With Ross.
One of the braking boards is smashed already. I'd be able to get a tow from this car in front here, actually.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that car is on a lap actually.
What sort of distance would you say the turbulence starts to affect you? Is it closer than what it would be in real life?
I don't know, I'm not too sure. I feel like maybe from around here, from where he is now, maybe. Especially when you go when you break into the corner and you get a lot closer before the car ahead accelerates away. I think you can feel a bit of understeer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's my guess. So,
You
guys,
just can't follow them as closely as you could in previous years, yeah.
oh, definitely not. So, 105 to start us off then. Sort of lap times I think we'll get tonight. Probably low 4s, maybe 3s. It depends. Low 4s maybe for tough 2. Get some comments going in the chat, guys. Ask some questions, and we will answer. There was a long quality session, so we will have plenty of time to answer any questions in the chat. So
on
feel
board
free.
Taro Rosso here, Lightning Zig. Let's see what he can do. Alex in the 104s, first man to break into the 104.
104.7 there, nice lap. Let's see. I've got an annoying rev glitch, so I will go into broadcast camera. And interestingly enough, Wesker and Alan Kay are on super soft tyres, so is Dan Morris and Medium Pilot. Obviously they're yet to come out. Only Wesker is actually out on track, and Alan Kay has put lap in.
And they're concerned a bit about tyre wear. I know a few years ago this track was absolutely brutal on tyres, at least in game anyway. I know in real life that wasn't generally the case, but a few years ago, I think it was like 2016 or something like that, it was really hard on the tyres. I just
Yeah.
enlightening. Yeah.
He is coming in. Looks like everyone's going to be coming in. Shay, is Shay on the lap?
This is
Looks like it might be.
this is the man to watch. Let's see. Let's
Yeah,
see what Shay can do.
driving the McLaren.
Mm-hmm.
See how long he lasts this race. He's got
Mm-hmm.
a hot head. Likes to make contact with the ball. Let's just say that. Looks
I
pretty
think we
smooth
both
though.
know that from previous experience, but he can be very quick as well.
Yeah. As he's getting very close at the top, actually, Hammer's putting another lap. Shay coming around. He's missing his apexes quite a lot, which is obviously going to hinder his lap time. Lunatic's
I
just
had
a
set
4.3.
104.3 for Lunatics. Good lap.
Not a bad lap from Shay, to be fair. 4.8 on his first lap, and he did miss a lot of apexes, so
Still a bit of time to find then.
lots of time, yeah. So in the chat, Show and saying hello to us. Hello, Show. Brandon's not very happy about last night. Obviously, he bottled the win on the second to last lap after leading from the majority of the race. Sorry, Brandon, I had to say that.
I was a bit gutted for him actually. You know, I was
Same.
hoping he'd hang on, but oh well, sure. He put in a good race, so I'll give him that.
He did. We got Breezy. Hello, Kat. Hello, everyone. Hello, Matt. Matt, what times? What sort of lap times are we expecting, Matt? If you're in the chat, what sort of time are we expecting as pole? I think maybe a 3.8 will be pole.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
a bit early.
3.9. Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Tell me this: have they got the patch in where overtakes not as fast as hot lap in a straight line, or is it still faster?
No, well, hot lap is quicker in the corners, and as you shift up, once you hit 7th and 6th and 7th gear, obviously in 8th gear, the overtake is quicker, but it does rinse your ERS a lot quicker. So in quali,
Oh, really?
you tend to just stick. Well, I tend to just stick in hot lap mode rather than using overtake, because then I'm able to use hot lap at the end of the lap, whereas overtake I'd run out, and then obviously
Yeah,
you could gain lap time
It's
from
just
that.
obviously at circuits like Monza, you know, it'll probably be needing to overtake. See you well.
Yeah. Hello, Cappy in the
You
chat.
here as well.
As Matt puts in a 4.8, I'm sure he'll be looking to improve on that. Lunatics with a good lap actually, 4.3. Somebody coming out the pits, Marin, who's a very fast driver, yet to show it this season.
That was a good lap by Schumacher. I think he was on the super soft, so I think he did a 4.9. So that's very good lap time.
Yeah, not bad at all. On the
But obviously he's going back on. He's going on the ultras, so he might just go for pole here rather than.
yeah, we have got Medium Pilot, who is yet to come out of the pit. He is a very fast driver, as we know. Is anyone on a lap? Alex looks like he's starting his lap now.
Dan's on a lap. Let's see what Dan can do.
The Irishman is coming over now. What's he gonna do? It's only 8th. I'm sure he'll be gutted about that. On this track, I feel like you can definitely use overtake. I feel like you can definitely use it, because as we saw there with Dan, if you looked at his ERS charge that he had for that lap, he didn't even use half of it, I don't think. So from that, I'm kind of.
I suppose it's just long straights and heavy braking zones. There's not really like, you know,
Yeah.
you can recharge it quite easily. Whereas with some other circuits, it's not like Silverstone and so on. It can be a bit harder to do it.
Yeah. But we have got Alex on a lap. He has just run onto the curb there, and I think he might give up on this one.
We went a bit wide there.
Yeah. Here he comes. As he takes this tricky little section of corners, these two. And that's an invalidation.
It's really easy to invalidate your lap there.
Yeah.
So it's super easy. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, I think that's improved. Or are you starting it now?
Just on board with Schumacher. I'm not sure if he has got his DRS now. I don't believe he's on a lap actually. Interesting enough, he didn't deploy his DRS there at all. So perhaps he's not on a lap. Is anybody on a lap? Marin? Yep, he is. Let's see how he takes these two corners. Nice. Oh, but he's gone wide and he's bailed. And Medium Pilot is out on track, so we will ride on board with him as long as there's nobody else to set a lap.
I'm just watching Alex's lap here. I'll just swiftly join on board with Mediums after. See what he can do.
Yep.
I wonder if this is his second lap because his battery charge is very low.
Could be. But that's an invalidation there. So, you want me improving?
I hope he doesn't live to regret it because I know I don't like to tend to like doing 2 laps on a set of tires in quali because come the race you'll start to feel it straight away.
Medium pilot coming over the line now. It's been a nice lap. He's on supers and he's going to do a 4.3 on supers.
Oh wow, that's a good lap. That's a good lap. He'll be pleased with that.
Yep, definitely. Decent indeed. Obviously, he should really be in Division 1. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, by 1,000th of a second. But that is what we like to see.
But setting that sort of lap time gives Medium a lot of options. He can even if he doesn't get pulled, that he can start the race on the slower tire and then within a couple of laps be quicker.
Here we go. The times are starting to plummet now. So my
1-4 dead.
Yeah. My prediction of a 3.8 could come true, but I reckon it could be a 3.5 that we get. If Medium Pilot goes on ultras, then we could be in trouble with our predictions.
You could just blow everyone's lap time out of the water.
Yep. Shay was pretty happy with his lap, but he's now in 9th place, so I'm not sure how happy he's going to be. But
probably less so than whenever he mentioned it.
Yeah, it's true. 30 seconds ago, and now he's plummeted 5 places in 30 seconds. Right, Hammer is coming up to the final sector. How is he going to take these final corners? He is. I'm not sure if he is on a lap. Is he on a lap? I think he might be. He's running out of ERS.
He's going to be close.
He's going to bail. Lunatics as well, going into the pits. Where's Wesker? Wesker is on a lap on the ultras now. Quite a big gap between the field at the moment.
I remember how close yesterday was. It was like 2nd to 10th. It was like 2/10 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was crazy close. Obviously, you had Cap who was way out. But
but
wasn't as good.
You know, when you're racing against aliens, what do you expect's going to happen, Cappy? I mean, I know you're an alien. How can you be that fast? Yeah. He set a faster lap as his first lap than I have done in the whole of my practice. At the end of qualies, like the 5.8, I believe it was his first lap. I never set even a 5.9. So, phenomenal job from him. And Matthias is coming over through the final corner. He looks like he's really nailed the final couple of corners. And he's opened up a DRS. What's it going to be? Looks good. Oh, and it is good. It's a 4.2. And it will have enough time to go around and get a new set of ultras on. Medium Pilot is emerging from the pits now as well.
Tires will he be going on? Yeah, he's got an ultras, so he's going for it.
Yeah, he's not messing about. And Marion's coming up to the line now as well, just the last 2 corners. See if he takes him. He needs to hit the apex slightly on this one, on the entry, and he does beautifully. Oh, but that's invalidation, surely. Let's see what he does anyway. And that's definitely invalidation on the exit. Yep. Yeah. So Marion not able to improve.
Not improved.
Dan Morris is on the lap.
Better hurry up and get in pits.
Let's see what he can do. Tricky corner, this left-hander, and look at that. It's this.
It's horrible. It understeers like mad through that corner, so it does.
Yep. And it's taken another prisoner there in Dan Morris. So the Irish boys are not doing too great at the moment. P8, P10, P8, 10, and 15 at the moment. So you need to give him a little boot up the backside, Andy. Give us some words of Irish wisdom.
Bishop Brennan once said in Father Ted. Anyway, Medium Pilot on a lap here. Let's go on board with him.
So Shay.
Wide in the first corner.
Shay is that Medium Pilot? Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, 16.0 for the first sector. Quite good.
I'm not too sure about sector times. I haven't practiced this track yet enough.
I suppose the first sector, as long as you get a reasonable exit anyway, So
first corner,
you
yeah.
Can't lose much time, yeah.
But he has taken that corner quite nicely. But this is an important one. He takes a lot of curb there. I'll be taking that piece of information and keeping it in my notes for when I get around to this track, thanks to that. Oh, but he's gone very wide, and that should be an invalidation.
Pushing the limits, like.
Yeah, and he's not got enough time really to mess about. Oh, actually, but he's going to go in the pits, and I believe he is going to have an upset. But he's run wide in the ooh, ooh,
Ooh, that was close.
and that was close.
But no.
Alright, so is anybody coming around?
Do you remember at the old day wondering? They basically just cut across the first corner. I think it was like '03. They literally just drove over the track limits. They just didn't give a toss about them. Whereas now, obviously, they're a lot more stricter.
I don't remember that. No.
It was the old day wondering. They used to just do it all the time, so that is.
Was that fly off on the exit of the first corner onto the
first corner? Yeah, literally just go across onto the on off track.
onto the runoff kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad. They just didn't care. Just riding on board the lunatics here at the moment. Let's see what he can do.
But then Charlie Whiting got involved.
Oh yeah. Well, back in those days, they didn't really care, and then the curves are just getting ridiculously low at that point. So literally could just drive across them as if they weren't there.
There he goes. It looks good. What's it going to be? Could be pole. Oh, and it's P2 and Medium Pilot, who we saw how fast he was on those supers. Is now
unable to get a lap in on the ultras, but
I mean he could stay on the supers if he wanted to, because his fastest lap is on supers, I believe.
I suppose the only thing is, like, because it's so close, you're always that little bit. You're always a little bit nervous, you know, in case you start to fly down the order.
Yeah.
You just don't know. We'll see what he does.
Right, who's on a lap then? Hamres and Alex crosses the line.
He's coming out of the pit.
No improvement. So Hamres is down a lot at the moment, I believe. Yes, he is. Alex PC retires.
So obviously he's got used up all his tires and can't get another lap in. Fair enough.
Who's going to be the latest driver? The last driver to cross the line to gain.
For my prediction at the moment, but you don't know.
It's true. It's going to be Medium or Schumacher. One of those two are going to win. Win the fight for pole. Lightning Zig as well.
Schumacher as well.
Flying at the moment. Hopefully the traffic gets out of the way. Nice.
Push hard in the outlap as well, so you can get your tyres up to temperature. You really notice it this year.
Yep. So going from top to bottom then, let's see if anyone is close to completing a lap. Hamrace is on a lap at the moment, but he's nowhere near finishing it. Fanatic is closest, I believe. Sheo is about to start his now. Right, Fanatic, let's see what he can do then. He's about to come over the line. Oh, well, Fice is retired. Hamrace is retired. And what is Fanatic going to do? It's a 4.4, not bad.
Not bad.
Who else is Ross? Here he comes. It's P8. He'll be disappointed with that, I'm sure. Alan Kay, one of the reserves. What can he do?
Last run for these guys. Let's see what they can do.
In fact, I think he might be coming on to start his lap, so he's going to be one of the last ones across the line. So that's smart driving from him. Sheo as well. He's on a lap. He's run a bit deep into the left-hander. It's not terrible. Let's make sure I'm not missing anybody. No, so Shay will be the one we run on board with. What can he do? Pivotal final two right-handers, and he takes a good chunk of curb, and then he goes travelling the world there off the track, and that's not how you improve. So he patiently waiting.
He's got a car here. No, he's fine.
Dan Morris crossing the line. It's been a nice couple of corners at the exit.
103.5. Whoa.
Oh.
Good lap.
Yeah. But Schumacher, what can he do? He's on a flyer as well. He's taking a lot of curb on the exit of the left-hander. He's taking the east side. He takes it nicely. It's just these last two right-handers. The battle for pole.
He could use a little bit more track there. Let's see.
He's a fly through these corners. What can he do? He takes a lot of curb. Cuts across nicely. Stays on the track. Oh, taking that nice as well. Takes a bit of curb. Is that going to be an invalidation? Nope.
103.9.
3.9. So. Whew. Shut up, Shay. Yeah. Shay is he talks so much rubbish, Shay, sometimes. He goes, oh yeah, I was 7/10 up on my lap. Come on. Come on.
Come on, man.
Seriously? Don't want to put you pole by almost like a second. Get out of here.
Well, your prediction was right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, I mean, Medium Pilot is Division 1 pace driver, let's be
Mhm.
honest, so it's not really surprising. We've got Schumacher though, who can put up a fight. He did well in the last race, I believe he won it. Lunatics as well, a little bit further back. Obviously, P11, 12, 13, 14, and so on. Could start on the harder tyres. So it's going to be interesting.
Mhm.
Obviously, we don't
Yeah,
know.
I think if I were in the 11th to 15th, you know, it's worth starting on the super softs. Softs are probably a little bit too hard to start on, particularly around here. Um,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
yeah,
it's true. So it's dry then.
just 'cause just because of the tire temps go so quickly up on the quality tires that you really have to nurse them after a couple of laps.
Yeah, well, last night I felt that. Lap
Hmm
8 or so on those super softs. I mean, I almost lost it a few times.
It's where was it in Bahrain? It was that corner, you know, going up the hill. It's that fast right-hander. It's just coming up to the end of
Yeah,
sector two, I
yeah,
think it
that's
is.
it. Yeah, it is.
It,
Yeah,
it's scary that corner
it
with
is.
worn tires.
I mean, even with like kind of half worn tires, you start to feel where the controller vibrates or the wheel starts to vibrate, whatever. You know, you
Mhm.
can feel like it's starting to slide a little bit, so you just have to kind of let off the throttle a little bit just to make sure.
Very easy, yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, you're still not certain in some cases. Yeah.
So, lights out and work. No, no, just joking, guys. Formation lap.
Information,
Right.
information.
So, predictions for P1, 2, and 3 then, Andy.
Uh, I'm gonna go with medium pilots Schumacher. I'll probably go for Matisse, I'd say.
So you're gonna go with current P1 and 2 and current P4. So Lunatics are gonna fall out of the top 3 then. Fair enough. Let's see what tyres people are starting on. So Dan Morris and Alan Kay starting on the soft tyres, and then the rest are starting on super softs. Actually, interesting enough, TMC Wesker. Oh no, sorry, T kind of obligated to start on the ultras due to his lap.
Just in case you're wondering, guys, that wasn't too out. That the order I said it in isn't the finishing order. I'm going to say I'm just saying that's going to be my top three. Will that be the order or not is another story.
But you get a bonus point if you get it in order.
Ooh, we'll see.
I don't think anyone's predicted the correct top 3 in order ever. I don't believe. But we're gonna
Shame on
see.
them.
How would you manage the rest around a track like this, Andy?
It depends. Like normally, whenever I'm racing other guys, I tend to just stick it on medium, and then whenever they sort of battle each other, just save the battery, and then whenever it starts to get spread out a bit, you know, while they've used it all up, I tend to just save mine, and then whenever they're spread out a wee bit, then I'll start to use it. I'd maybe
Mm.
just save a bit of fuel as well.
Okay, here we go. The grid's forming up. Hopefully, no carnage into turn 1. It is a tricky one,
Yeah,
turn 1, especially if you're on the inside. It's a bit tricky to find the
there
right
was a
turn in.
massive crash here. I think in 2000. I think took about 5 or 6 drivers out of the race here. I think Schumacher was one of them.
Here we go.
Here we go.
5 red lights, turning green, and away we go for
And
round
they're
2. It looks like medium gets a good start. Schumacher
off.
not so good. He might come under pressure from the Haas in third. No, they get away clean. Oh, there's a Mercedes in the background going very deep. Oh, and he spun.
Oh, there's a collision. Ross off and then
Rosa and
Hammer's
Hamres
off.
straight away. The only two to pick up damage, I believe. Running
So
through the
medium
field.
leads, Schumacher second, Lunatics third. So the top three are still top four still as they are.
Yeah.
Then you've got Fanatic, Marin, Alex, Stam, TNC, and Dan as the current top 10. Although he's just been overtaken by Sheo, I think, going into the chicane. Will he get him? No.
Oh, there's a slow moving Haas, I believe that is. Oh no, it's a Williams, excuse me. Just find out who that is. Stam.
Got a bit right on the gravel and then lost out there, so he might have got squeezed in one of the earlier corners.
And Wesker moving up a couple of places. Let's just get up the position changes. So yeah, top 6 stay as they were. Fnatic coming under pressure from Marin. Marin looking to try and get a move done on this back straight. Medium pilot obviously says fastest lap. Here he
He's
comes.
gone a bit wide onto the grass as well, so
Here
he
he
might be able to
comes.
get him
Is he
done.
going to try it? It's a bit of a slow corner to go side by side in this one. The cars behind catch up. Yep. No chance there, but he could get him in the back straight. This corner coming up, if you're on the outside line, you tend to get better traction on the exit, so trying to defend the inside is pretty worthless
Question
around
is,
here.
will he do it now, or will he leave it another lap for DRS?
Maybe save the ERS and
Yeah.
wait and see what happens. Stammer Hammer is in the pits. The Hammer stays out, sorry. Medium pilot, by the way, flying off in the distance.
Vettel-esque, almost from like 2013, where he used to just disappear off into the distance. So he did in the good old Red Bull days.
Oh, the almost OP car ever.
The RB9, yeah, it looked unbelievable. Everyone was giving it criticism because they thought Vettel's car had traction control.
Yeah, glued to the ground it was.
Yeah. I know. And Marks always used to break down, and you always wondered why.
Multi 21.
I don't know.
Wonder if we're going to see anything like that today. Fnatic is outside of the DRS range from the car ahead, and he could come under pressure from Marin.
Top four.
Matthias is lagged out. Let me see. Oh, Matthias is lagged out. That's a shame from 4th place. Hopefully he can rejoin in quick fashion.
Yeah.
Alex PC in Force India coming under attack from Wesker. Shea looking in the background on the super soft tyres. Let's get some more lap data on the screen. So, what sort of laps do you reckon these guys are going to start to pit?
I haven't really done a race around Austria, but I could probably expect them to be coming in within the next 7 or 8 laps or so.
Yeah, I would say so. Usually about a third of the race distance is usually a good prediction as to when to pit. Obviously some drivers, it has been known to be quicker to 2-stop around here in past titles. I haven't tested it myself on this one, but
it's a marginal 1-stop, would you say, if you're going from ultras to the soft tires?
That's it, yeah.
In terms of the lap times tend to go off the cliff.
Here goes Matthias, by the way. Sorry, not Matthias, Marin.
Well,
Going around the outside of Fnatic.
Can he do it?
And he should have DRS, no.
DRS on him.
Yeah.
Oh, the Williams has DRS.
Yeah, if Fnatic gets DRS. Oh, Fnatic! Whoa!
He's lost it.
Fnatic's lost it there. I'm not sure what happened.
But then Marin's run wide. They've all run wide. So, this is gonna be an interesting battle.
And the cars behind are licking their lips at this.
What do you do in a situation like this?
Well, we had this situation last night.
Yeah.
And we made it through. Fnatic is nursing big damage to his front wing.
That car's going to understeer like crazy around here.
Yep, Shea needs to be careful not to get caught.
He may as well pit because you're going to lose so much time, particularly around this circuit anyway.
Yeah, he has to.
He is coming in as well.
And that gives Marin a nice little gap to try and catch up to the front 3.
He's got 3-second time penalty, so he has Marin.
Commentator's close there, said his name, picked up penalty.
Could be an issue if there's a safety car late on in the race.
So, top 3 then. Pulling away big time from the rest of the pack. Medium pilot's advantage of 1.5 seconds from the opening lap has actually not managed to develop at all there. In fact, Schumacher doing a good job to keep up, actually closing them down slightly. Lunatics in the back as well, doing a good job. So these 3, at the moment, looking in prime position to pick up the podium spots.
I suppose for like the likes of Schumacher and Lunatics, you know, seeing what Medium's doing, they can see his lines and get a few ideas as to where he's faster and where he's slower. So that helps them keep up a wee bit.
Wesker and Alex PC, by the way, going side by side for the left-hander, and Shea is on the back of them as well. Wesker not using too much ERS, he's just trying to hold on to it. Actually, he's running very deep, but Shea might have a look into the last corner here. He's poking his nose in. No driving, no contact, what let's see.
Both got DRS, so that neutralises it a wee bit. This is where Shea's tires will start to come good for him.
Yep. And Dan as well in 9th place on the soft tyres, so he should start to close in a little bit later on. Is Shea gonna try a lunge? No, he's not. But he's on the outside, should be able to get a nice cutback and traction. And he does not as well as I thought he would. Obviously Wesker with DRS
So
as
you
well.
still got off the fourth India, yeah.
Three guys are pitted. Fnatic obviously is pit as well.
Ross was one of the guys involved in the earlier collision, and he's gone on to the softs. I suppose it's the only sensible thing he could have done early, because because of the crash. So
Yeah.
he's going to try and go as long as possible now, and hope for a safety car.
That's true, yeah. Safety car, as we saw last night, I was a bit sceptical as to whether or not it would ever come out. I did see a lot of VSCs. Is Wesker actually going to pit? Wesker looks like he's going to be boxing, and he is. It's a very early one. I wonder if he's picked up some damage. It doesn't look like he is. I think he has picked up any damage.
Yeah, that's a bit early. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's have a look. And no, it's just a set of softs. Yeah, two stops. He's going for a set of supers. He'll get a nice undercut on the guys ahead, and he'll get some free space as well to put some lap times in. So it's not a bad call.
I suppose you may as well give it a go. Like he's got nothing to lose.
Yeah. The problem with two stops always is that if you come out in traffic, you ruin your race. So
absolutely, like
we could see something spectacular tonight from Wesker if he can put it off. I think fourth place would be the best he could do. Top three pulling away.
Yeah, these top three guys look to be in a league of their own at the moment. So then.
Yep. Looking like TUF1 quality drivers.
Sort of quite neutral at the moment. Might get a shake up in the pit stops. Would you expect one of these guys to come in, maybe Schumacher or Lunatics, just to put a bit of pressure on medium?
Yeah, definitely. I reckon a couple more laps, and I reckon Schumacher's going to box the softs, try and get an undercut. Although, I mean, I don't feel like you'd gain a massive advantage on an undercut on this track. There isn't as many long, windy turns. There's only a couple. So I don't feel like the grip advantage is that big.
This year, as opposed to last year, you don't have instant grip from the tyres. You have to warm them up a bit. So it's a bit of a gamble. You could even lose time as well.
The first lap is always, it's a bit dangerous if
especially
you're not
controlling
the car.
Well.
Oh, Zig's off, and he's retired. He's tired on the track. There should be yellows, and now I wonder if that is going to cause a safety car.
It looks like it's out the track as well. I thought it might be a safety car.
And nothing.
No.
Nothing. So, first retiree of tonight, Lightning Zig. Quick driver. Obviously not very quick round here. Unfortunate for him. Right, so the gaps between drivers.
Fnatic at the inside of Mattis.
Oh, look! Look at this, Wesker. Wesker and Hammers. Wesker being held up then. And that is what you don't want. He has got past him quite nicely. And he needed to. Hammers did go into another set of ultras to try and catch up a little bit. But he is nursing wing damage again on the front left. I'm not sure if maybe he didn't change his wing at all. He's going to be suffering big time. Yeah,
I know if you go on to stick it on auto, if you have minor front wing damage, it doesn't necessarily change it, which can be very frustrating because I've done that mistake a few times myself.
Yep, I've experienced that. I always leave it on yes now, every time. I feel like any wing damage is just too much. Any wing damage is just big deficit on your lap times. Especially in these divisions where it's really close between drivers. Look at last night, for example. If one of us picked up any wing damage, we'd be falling positions left, right and centre. We wouldn't be able to do anything, leaving the slightest bit of wing damage. As Ross actually has picked up wing damage, hitting the back of Fnatic there, and almost hit him again for good measure.
I suppose it depends on the sort of track as well. Maybe if it's Monaco, you can maybe get away with it, but some of the other circuits, you really can't afford to stay out there, so you can't.
I'll tell you something. When did Shea get past Alex? Or did I miss that? Because Shea is now into P5. Shea, and he's actually is catching Marin. So Shea is doing a good job.
But then he is on the super softs, so his pace will start to be coming good at this point, as opposed to the ultras, whose tires will be starting to fall off. So they will be.
Yeah, I think now is sort of the cut-off point for the tyres. I think they're dead now. They must be at about 60-70% just trying to push it as long as possible to try and get the softs on. But I don't
They have
know.
to be suffering from blistering at this point, so it must be.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but the way I see it with the tyres is that as long as you can do roughly about 1/3 of the race, you should be able to do 2/3 on the set of
One
soft
stop,
tyres. You know,
good solid one stop. Yeah.
that's usually how I
Although
see
I
it.
think I preferred it a couple of years ago, in my
Oh,
opinion.
sorry to
Anyway,
interrupt you.
where
Shay's gonna have a go here. Shay's gonna have a go up the inside, and he takes it. Will Marin be able to fight it on the exit?
good move, good move.
Oh, he might do. No, but
He
Marin
hasn't
will.
got the
No.
traction off the corner,
And he got the DRS,
as well, so perfect.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, no, what was it? What was it? A few years ago, there was a race around India. I think it was the last race in India, and the tyre wear was just absolutely brutal on the set of soft tyres. I think it was like they literally only did like 2 or 3 laps, and then you'd start to lose 3 seconds a lap or something like that.
Well, I don't know.
But
I
at the
prefer it
same
like
day-
that.
At the same day, I liked it because it meant more pit stops, so the races were a little bit more hard to read. I'd sort of like it to go back, not 2013 in terms of
Pilots in.
having to manage the tires, but decent enough fun.
Pilot is in. Where will he emerge though? This is the question. Because if he emerges in traffic, he could be in trouble. It's only a 1.5 second gap to Schumacher.
Yeah.
It's like a clean stop, but there are cars coming in front of him. Oh, there's a lot of cars coming ahead of him now. He's going to be behind the Ferrari, I
He's
believe.
going to be behind Wesker, isn't or Dan, isn't he?
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think he has. Oh, Dan's lost it. Oh, he's caught that. Very well done from him there. I thought it was all over for him. I do think though, medium pilot won't lose as much time. He is a little bit further back. He's just under 2 seconds behind. Obviously, he will gain dramatically. But obviously, times need to warm up and such, so shouldn't be too bad. What are the guys up front going to do? Are they going to retaliate? Maybe box a slap or try
Or
something
maybe
else?
go a few laps longer and then have better tyres at the end of the race.
Yeah. Maybe risk a set of supers. Don't advise that though. Medium pilot actually a pretty poor outlap, to be honest.
Schumacher in Lunatics is staying out.
Right.
So let's see where Schumacher comes out in relation to medium pilot. So pilot's just approaching the second to last turn.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, it hasn't been a very good lap from medium pilot. He actually could be in trouble here. Where is Schumacher? Oh, he's got him easy. Got him easy, but he
I
will
think
have
Schumacher
traffic.
might have been a little bit delayed in the stop. It looked like it was a slower stop, but I don't know. Looks like he's further back than what he could have been.
Do you feel like a 1 lap tyre advantage is a really big kind of factor in this game?
Not-
I mean, personally, I don't
not-
feel
not
like
as
it
much
is.
It used to be.
You know, I feel
Say if
like
it was
back in the day.
2016 or something like that,
Exactly,
then it
yeah.
would have been a big deal, but it's not like that anymore.
So, medium pilot has caught Dan Morris at a bad part of the track, so DRS yeah, will be affecting him now. And this is going to play into the hands of Schumacher. So how quickly will medium pilot be able to get past Dan Morris? Will he attempt into the final set of corners? He's not going to, and he's going to be losing a lot of time. Has got a big advantage though on Schumacher. And he should have him now.
He'll probably just stick the engine up to max, so...
No, he's not, and I don't think he's not going to be able to get him here. Need to be careful though, in the dirty area of another car you can easily make mistakes.
Well, the
Lunatic-
undercut is very powerful, certainly. Look where Lunatics is coming out as opposed to the rest
Yeah.
of these guys.
Oh, oh, oh!
Ooh.
Dan Morris! Whoa, medium pilot went around the outside of him, and Dan Morris just forgot to brake and just completely clotheslined medium pilot and shoved him off the track. And
What do you do if you're a slower car and then there's a faster car coming behind you? Do you battle them, or do you think of it more about your own race?
for me, I always battle people. I mean, it depends. If they're attacking me, I will go defensive. If they get their nose in a good position, I'm just gonna let them go. But I will always go defensive. And Dan Morris really going defensive into the last set of corners as well. He does not want
You
to give
get
this
this.
up.
Nope.
Medium Pilot is going to
Surely
go for the
Pilot's
move on
got
the
a
last
fly.
corner, and he is, and Schumacher is loving this.
Yeah, this is an absolute treat for him. So they're bringing him back into contention after
Big
the
time.
suffering from the undercut.
And Dan Morris actually, with a good exit, we'll have DRS, and we'll have the second DRS as well on the back straight. The long one. And he
Yeah, he's
might
got
have
an
another go
overtake
here,
mode as well. Yeah.
but he's going to get switchback, baby. No, he's not going to fight it. Or is he? Yeah, he is actually. But he's leaving it now. So up front we got Sheo, gets to pit, 14 laps on those super softs. Medium Pilot has just made his way into P2. Dan Morris, who seems to be the roadblock at the moment, now has Schumacher to deal with. How fast will Schumacher be able to deal with him? Let's see though.
Yeah, he got past him at a good point, Medium Pilots, because obviously, you know, now Schumacher's going to be stuck behind him in this sector 2 with all the turbulent air, so the sooner he gets past him, the better.
Dan is struggling. Dan is struggling, and Schumacher should have him,
Yeah.
and he will. So Schumacher getting past a lot easier than what Medium Pilot did, and fighting like that will definitely have not helped his tyres. Medium Pilots.
Dan's got a foot per exit anyway, so it's not even like he could challenge.
And I reckon we could have a fight on our hands, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon towards the back end of this race, Schumacher will be catching him. He's got more ERS as well.
Yeah, just needs to sort of manage it for now and then just slowly start to wind it up towards the end.
Yep. I like to use medium and high. I don't really like to use overtake or hot lap really in the race, to be honest, unless I am overtaking somebody.
It's mostly medium, so it would be for me. I guess it really depends on what the track is, because high you could sort of run it for about 5 or 6 laps, and then if you feel you need to set it back into medium again, because it starts to get too low at that point.
We've got a battle here. Oh, 2 Stabbers go side by side. No contact. Good stuff. Marin and Alan Kay. Marin gets past, and Marin is now on the back of Sheo, who has pitted for soft tyres, but has a very fast Dutchman on his back. What will Marin be able to do? Maybe up to the first corner, goes very deep into the right-hander, and a poor exit as well. But he has caught him, and he will catch him. He's got 2 more DRS zones to use after this. Medium Pilot has extended the gap, by the way, up front by about 3 attempts on that last lap, so showing that initial pace that he had. Oh, and Alan Kay's binned it. Alan Kay has binned it. Where is that? That's on the exit of the pit, so he's obviously put it on the curb, and then...
It looks like it doesn't look like there's any damage. Maybe he's just put it on the grass.
Yeah, easy mistake to make with no traction. That corner is pretty much the bane of my my F1 life.
Do you run with no traction now?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
I still have it on medium, so I don't know whether that's a mistake or not.
No, I mean, a lot of people have a medium, it's just that, you know, no traction, it just feels nicer, I just enjoy it more. Once you master it, it does take a while.
Low speed corners, yeah.
But yeah, it is difficult, like turn 1 and turn 2, I don't count the bend as a turn on this track. Turn 1 and turn 2, the exits are really difficult, especially turn 2, because you're moving at, you're turning at an angle and you're putting down the power in second gear, so the car really wants to just kind of turn into the wall. So you've got to be really careful. And Marin, by the way, very close to the back of Shea. Shea getting DRS from the back of Matthias's car, so I'm sure he'll be sending him a message of thanks after the race.
Oh, he's locked up his brakes, Marin. Got a bit deep there. He's just put off by the Red Bull there.
Tell you what, Lunatics is really not getting past Dan Morris. He's really not closing in at all. I feel like he's really struggling on these softs.
He's dropped off from those top 2. Maybe they've just either his pace has dropped off or the top 2s have upped it a bit.
And Dan Morris actually might be a bit more of a tricky customer than I initially thought here, because the pace difference doesn't seem to be too drastic.
What would you say? What lap would you start coming in if you were starting on the softs? Would you say?
I'd say probably lap 20, 22 or
Three
3,
or
I'd
two.
say. 22, yeah, I would. I think 22, 23 is perfect. And Lunatics is going to go
Stick
for a
on the
move at
side
the
of the super
inside, a
soft.
little dive. No, he's backed out of it. Backs out of it. Being very cautious, so I guess he knows that he's got a third place pretty much there. He doesn't want to risk getting damage. So kind of smart driving. He knows he can't catch the top two. By the way, Schumacher is reeling in medium pilot bit by
Slowly
bit.
but surely, I think that's from it's come down from 2 seconds to 1.6. So
Yep.
you never know that extra lap might come pay dividends later on.
It could do indeed, yeah. I feel like medium pilot might be a little bit kind of, it might be lacking a bit of grip at the end. And he seems to be burning the tyres out very early on, obviously increasing the gap to the car ahead, to the car behind by a few tenths, and then over time it seems to kind of dwindle down a little bit.
He shifts the battery a lot, Schumacher as well. He goes from overtake to low, in the braking zone. So it's interesting seeing how other people use their batteries. It's a big feature of this game. So the better you can manage it, the races become a lot easier
It's
for
true.
you.
It's knowing where to use it as well. You know, it's like, I mean, if you use an overtake in the corners, you're gonna burn your tyres out. If you use hot lap, you're gonna really rinse your battery pack. So you really got to know when and where to use it.
Hmm.
Obviously, everyone wishes they had twice the amount, but it's just you got to be able to maintain it. It's
Once
almost
you
like maintaining your fuel.
get through it easily, yeah.
So Lunatics is still struggling to get past Dan. Oh, you know what? I think Lunatics has got wing damage. I think the front right side of the wing is
One of the
missing on his car.
one of the inputs.
Yeah, top to front right.
Yeah.
So Cheo, who's the man behind, who has Marin on his case, Cheo is catching him by around half a second a lap, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, because you think if he hadn't got damaged, he'd have easily been past the Ferrari now.
Well, here we go. Is he going to put move at the inside? No, he's just going to poke his nose. I'm not sure where that wing damage happened. I'm not sure what caused that. I'm assuming it was an incident with a car. It must have been contact, because if you hit a wall in this track, you're losing more than your end plate.
You don't think he tapped the Ferrari off camera or something like that?
Yeah, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But here he goes. He is really close to the back of him. Obviously, worn tyres versus a missing end plate is a pretty even battle, to be fair. So
Mm-hmm.
he's going to struggle when he's in the dirty air as well. And Shea really should be
Yeah, they're
closing in
going
a
to
lot quicker than he is.
destroy his tires as well, huh?
And Ish
Dan's coming in. It looks
Dan's
like.
in. Oh, yeah, Lunatic needs to be careful not to
Whoa.
hit the back of him. He's lost
That's
more
a
time.
really awkward pit lane. Really
is,
awkward
yeah.
pit lane. That.
1.3, the gap up top. Marin as well, close to Shea. He needs to get past him, because he could have a chance for a podium. And Wesker's gone on a set of softs tyres. Interesting. Two stop on a set of softs. I'm not sure that was the right call, to be honest. I feel like he definitely could have benefited a little bit more if he went on to another set of supers.
Well, I suppose even if he'd put on another set of supers, he was worried about tyre wear towards the end of the race, where he can sort of just push these softs all the way to the end now. So maybe that's what his thinking was.
Mm. So, do you think Shea and Marin are going to catch Lunatics before the end of the race?
I wouldn't be surprised at all if they cruise up to him very quickly and overtake him. To be honest.
The question is, will Marin be able to get past Shea within the next couple of laps? He needs to get past him because Shea is holding him up. Although they are both catching Lunatics, but Marin would be catching Lunatics a lot quicker if Shea wasn't there. But keep in mind, Marin has picked up a few penalties.
He really needs to close up to him before they catch Lunatics, because otherwise, Shea will be able to neutralise the DRS.
Yeah, he needs to maximise the exit of turn 1, and he has done just that. And this should be a move for P4. Shea going defensive, which I like more. I like the outside line, and this is why. Look, Marin's going to show us why. Oh no, he's not. Okay. Thanks for that, Marin. Just made me look like an absolute clown there. So Dan Morris is pitted then, and he is on super soft, and he is behind Fnatic.
Did they take away the fuel
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
indicator? That's kind of annoying because it would have been interesting to see what sort of fuel mixes they were using.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I mean, we can see what ERS mode they're in, which I guess is close enough. The fuel doesn't really matter in this game at all.
Yeah, but then, you know, if you're wanting to overtake, you'd like to see it if he's put it in rich mix or something like that.
Oh man, picking up another 3-second time penalty there. If I was Shay right now, what I would do is I would let Marin go, save ERS, while you're in DRS, just save your ERS, and then both mount a charge on Lunatics at the end.
Him, yeah.
Shay, don't battle him too much.
Well.
Don't battle him, Shay, no point. Let him go, and then follow him. And he's listening. Look at him, he's listening to me.
Shay, Marin is faster than you.
Yeah, Marin is faster than you. Multi-21 Shay. Marin, will he have a go? Who's got DRS? There's no DRS here. No one's got DRS. I hate that glitch.
Weird one, wasn't it?
That was a big glitch in the last game. Oh, by the way, sorry, this is a good battle, but yeah. Medium pilot is struggling. He has got more ERS.
Top to go on those soft tires, obviously.
Oh, Marin gets a great exit. Coming on to the back straight into the last two corners. Shay's going in the inside line. Shay breaks later. Marin doesn't want to get caught out. Gonna take the DRS and try and go for turn 1 move. Not gonna happen. Schumacher's fallen off quite a bit there. 4 temps there. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe a mistake. Dan Morris has got past Fnatic. Marin very close to the back of Shay. Don't want to hit him. And again, he can't get past. Marin must be getting frustrated. The gap between Lunatics and Shay is increasing.
It sort of stabilised the gap between Lunatics and Shay. And it sort of did come down for a few laps, but since then it's not. Oh wow, Marin lost it a bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Schumacher losing more time to medium. Medium pilot really starting to use that ERS now to his advantage. Coming up to a back marker. Who is that? Well, there's Alan Kay, who made the mistake earlier on in the race.
Yeah, him and Hammerers were involved in that lap 1 incident, I believe.
This is the point where the tyres are starting to feel the effects, I believe. Shay is now actually starting to get away from Marin, and
from being in a turbulent area.
Yeah, and the tyre where, I mean, the soft tyres, they usually tend to hit their sweet spot around 35-40%, I would say. That's when they kind of are really, really good for me.
Really nice, consistent time.
Yeah. And as you can see, he's starting to close in on Lunatics now. 4.9. I mean, there's 10 laps to go. They need to get a little bit of a move on. Shay's on 2 laps fresher tyres, so maybe he can make something happen. Dan Morris will catch Alex as well.
Up again, the lead between the front two. So that's sort of stabilised for now. Hopefully Schumacher can re-close him back in towards the end of the race.
Okay, then let's see. Needs to. Well, actually, Marin is closing back onto Shay.
I think he just needed a lap or two just to compose himself after making that wee mistake at turn 2.
Yep. Needs to maximise his exit, and it is better. It is much better. Will he try a move? Shay again going for the inside. Marin moving to the outside. Switchback potential. No, Marin happy just to stay behind.
I think he braked a little bit too late there, Marin. I think if he braked a little bit earlier, you know, just let Shay run a little bit wide, he might have been able to get a better exit. But
Alex and Dan.
Oh yeah.
Dan should be able to get it on the supers, and he makes it stick. Nice and easy.
Can Dan catch up to these two?
Yep.
To Shay and Marin, he could well do.
Marin Closing
He's got
again.
lots of battery to play with as well.
Yeah, I mean, do you reckon Dan could catch up to Marion Shea? I mean,
Like he could, like I mean, he's on faster tires and he's got good battery. So I don't know, maybe he's certainly starting closing the gap in quite
we have to
quickly.
monitor
So
this gap, yeah, see how quickly in the lap. If it goes down to 4.7, then maybe.
but I suppose it's opposite that those guys, his tires might be going off towards the end of the race. So it's a question of whether they'll stay with him or not.
Oh, Marion going for a dive on the inside, and he gets it
He's
clean
got
as
him.
well. And he will have DRS as well.
Shea off on the exit, so stop him.
And he's finally managed to make the move. But Shea is coming back. What can a Welshman do? Tries to go on the outside, can't make it stick. But Shea should be able to come back at him towards the end of the race, I would imagine, on the better tyres. He's on fresher tyres, I should say. Dan Morris 4.5 now, so he's taken a second out of him in half a lap.
Certainly is closing the gap quickly. What would you do if you were Marin and Shell? Would you work as a team to try and catch lunatics, or is the gap too big at that point? No.
Well, the gap, even though they have been fighting a lot, the gap has just come down and down. Marion should be able to get back, but look at Shea. Shea is.
Should be able to catch up.
Shea might be able to actually get him back here. Yeah, he will. Shea will have another go. Here we go. The Welshman is not fed up. And it's going to be moved done before the corner. Not much Marion can do. Bob will go for a little bit of a dive, puts his nose in. Not going to happen. All this battling is helping Lunatics tremendously. He is loving it. Marion.
Battle, huh?
But if you're Shea and Dan, I mean Shea and Marion in this battle that they're having.
Marin's running a bit wide, so it is.
Are you aware Dan's even coming?
Really
Are you aware of Dan? Are you even thinking about Dan? You know? He really is closing fast. And he has got a lot of ERS to play with. And he needs to start using it soon, especially before the tyres wear off.
Bit of a lonely race for Lunatics. He just got held up by Dan in that second segment, and now he's 18 seconds off the lead. Certainly, those two were sort of taking it easy in that first stint.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. So Medium Pilot has used a lot of ERS, and Schumacher has got more than double actually. So Medium Pilot may be in a bit of panic at the moment. I think we could see a late charge from Schumacher. Just keep an eye on it. Marin coming back at Shea again. This is a great battle between these two guys. 2.7
seconds now.
1.8 up top as well. Lots of camera time for these two. I'm sure Shea will be loving that. Oh, Marin goes deep again. I'm not sure what sort of wings he's using. This car seems to be very, very dodgy in the dirty air.
He's running a little bit lower wing. I wonder.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's the only one thing that annoys me slightly about this game. You know, you have the same wing pretty much at Austria as you do somewhere like Monza. You know, it hardly changes.
Oh, a bit of a dive into T1.
Nice from Marin. Ooh.
Good driving from the pair. Shea avoiding contact there. And Dan Morris is loving it. And here goes Marin around the outside. Is he going to make it stick? He doesn't like this outside line. We've seen him mess up a few times on attacking. But better traction on the exit. There we go. That's a prime example of what I was talking about earlier. But Shea with the DRS. And he's just going to cruise by. And Dan Morris
didn't even have use ERS on it. It was just pure DRS straight line speed.
Is Marin going to go for a move? He's not. And Dan Morris 1.7. He is going to have a chance to get P4. These guys have really squandered the chance of getting a P3 actually. They could have worked together.
Dan is coming for use.
Yep. The Irishman. So let's do a little run through the grid then. Top three are as they were at the start of the race. Shea up 8 places. Marin up 1.
Really good race he's had.
Dan is up 7 places. So these guys, the main ones in contention for good points. And actually we got another move, Shay and Marion. Not sure what happened there. Shay looks like he made a bit of a mistake or something. And Shay actually
he's got a
got
good
an
run
amazing exit. What can he do? Bit of contact. And there goes Dan, you can see him in the background. Oh, bit of contact, Dan is coming for you.
He's in a really good position. He's got loads of errors, so he has saving the battery. He's still catching up to these guys anyway, so he'll be able to take advantage.
Yeah, Shay has also got a lot of ERS. Marion now a penalty. He needs to be careful not to get disqualified here. He's going to be really...
What do you do if you're Dan? Do you sit back, let those two battle each other, and then hope they sort of have an incident or two and then capitalise on it? Or what do you do?
If I was Dan, I'm going full hell for leather. I'm going 100%. You've got the ERS, you're going to have DRS, you're going to have better tyres, better braking. You know, you can brake later, you get better traction off corners, you just got to go for it, I think.
It's just interesting seeing what everyone does. Shay down the inside again.
I mean, look, here goes Dan, and Dan should be able to get Marion here. And they've all got DRS.
They're all using, well,
and they are.
Shay was using
they are all going to be closing in on Lunatics as well, actually, because they're all getting DRS every lap. Actually, I think it's maybe a little bit too late for that, to be honest. I think Dan's going to get one. I think Dan's going to have one into the final set of corners here. He should get a better exit. Put Dan early. He is. There we go. With that much ERS, I'll be running that in high. Marion all over the back of Shay. Must be getting frustrated in that helmet. Especially if you just get pipped by Dan Morris out of nowhere. Shay going very defensive, and actually Dan Morris is going to go for a move up the inside. No, Marion goes deep.
Oh, Marion's run a bit wide. Perfect for him.
And Dan had to avoid it, and he got a penalty for it. Shay is only 3.6 behind Lunatics. If he gets a couple of decent laps in, he could catch him.
Yeah.
Dan, big oversteer. If Dan can get past, I think maybe 3.5 seconds is a bit too much to take on one lap. But I'm wondering if Dan can get past quickly. He might have a chance again, Lunatics, you know. If Dan can get past Shay.
Yeah, he's got to pass him pretty much immediately though if he's got any chance.
Right, up front, it looks like Medium Pilot is going to be able to hold on.
Settle down there. He's trying his best, Schumacher. You know, he's used up a lot of the battery, but it looks like it'll be to no avail.
And here goes Dan. This should be an easy move, but is it worth taking the risk into T1 knowing the DRS rate is on the next straight there? He's going to go for it anyway. Marion's going to love this as well. He's going to be able to catch up. Oh, Marion's on the grass. Little mess up there. Oversteer.
Marion's got loads of penalties as well, so I don't know how far he's got.
Here goes Dan. On. Here he goes. Is Shay going to fight him? I don't think he's going to be able to. Better traction with the super soft, and he's done him.
Nice move, nice move.
And then straight up into overtake.
But it looks like he's got enough of a run anyway to hold on.
Oh, but this Shay's going to come back at him.
He might. Oh, he has. Can he get the traction off the corner? But then Dan will have the inside going in. Oh, he has. Nice move. Ooh.
Oh! Oh, no.
Oh, no. Someone will not be happy.
Go on, Shay, finish your race. With 1 lap remaining, Dan enters the fight with 2 laps remaining. Dan enters the fight and puts Shay into the grass after Marion and Shay had been battling for how long? A good 10-15 laps, I believe it was, maybe even more than that.
A good third of the race, if not more. Yeah.
That could be desync.
With the medium pilots as he goes through the last couple of quarters here. Really solid race. He looks like he's held it in the bag from the start.
Yep, Schumacher did attempt a late push. And if actually medium
These
pilot, I don't know what penalties these guys got. I don't know if medium pilot has a
mm,
penalty. No, I haven't checked. Medium pilot did
let's
cross the line at
see.
first, and he
That's a
does take
line.
first. That's a
Does
great
take
victory.
first.
Great.
Lunatic's very lonely race, so he has. So we'll just wait for him to cross the line.
And Marin will come over the line in P4. Dan Morris will take P4 due to Marin's penalties. Alex, I mean Dan Morris might get penalised for that incident, so Alex PC
Yeah.
could end up getting 4th place here.
Hmm.
Dan does finish in 4th.
Yeah.
Alex will take 4th on track. Wesker takes 4th. And what's Shay going to be able to do? Oh, it takes the wheel off.
Long penalties for those midfield guys.
Shay's not very happy. Look at that McLaren.
You can't,
No wheels on
you
the
can't
front.
really blame them. Like to be honest, like, you really can't blame them. Should've backed
1.2
them up.
finish up top. But that's your race.
Mhm.
Pretty interesting race. I mean, it wasn't a boring race. There were battles all race long. To be fair, even though the field was quite spread out. So your winner then, medium pilot in the Mercedes.
Very
Great
good
job from
race.
him. Yep, very consistent. Not one mistake, I don't think. Schumacher also, we got to give him credit. Consistent.
Did a good job of staying with him, yeah, because
Yep.
you saw how quickly the Haas driver fell off the pace.
And this shows that there could be a battle on for the title this season between these two.
It could well be.
Both want to race now. Lunatics as well. Great job from Lunatics, I must say. You know, no penalties even for the top 3 drivers. I mean, come on, that's
very
really,
clean.
really
Very
good.
impressive. Yeah.
Wesker as well, no penalties. That's what got him 4th place. That's a great drive on a 2-stop. That's remarkable, really. HPC taking 5th. Good stuff from him. Side 9th. Dan Morris, controversial, 6th place.
Interesting
Shayo,
to see what happens.
yeah, Shayo takes 7th. He could have had 3rd or 4th, really, if he raced more effectively and efficiently. He could have had 3rd. Fanatic in 8th, Marin in 9th due to penalties. Lots of penalties. Very, very kind of worrying. 26 seconds of penalties. That's very worrying, especially for other tracks.
All the track, yeah.
What about when they get to tracks like Monaco? I mean,
it's one of the easier places to get penalties here. I know France can be quite easy as well to pick up a few.
Yep.
In a few places.
Very true indeed. Yeah. Right. Well, that was just your race. Out of 10, I'd probably say I'd give it maybe 7 out of 10. It's pretty intense, down to the wire.
7.5 out of 10, I
Yeah.
think.
That's that then. Doesn't match our race last night though. That's definitely a 9 out of 10. A 10 out of 10, I'd say.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night we've got Division 3, so you can watch Shay competing in that, going for the win. Bottled the win last week, so should be intense. I believe they are at Russia, so Marin will be worrying when he gets around to that track, because that is a track you can easily cut corners on. But for me, that's all I've got to say. Thank you, Andy, for joining me tonight, mate.
No bother at all. Hope to be in the commentary booth sometime soon.
Yep, definitely get you sorted for that. Guys, yep, tomorrow, same time, same place, Division 3. Don't miss it. And from me, good night. Take care. And have a good evening.